When my wife whispered, "Don't react to what I'm about to say," I knew dinner was already over. My wife is the calmest person I've ever met. In 12 years of marriage, I have never once seen her panic. She didn't panic when our son broke his arm on the trampoline. She didn't panic when we lost him at the state fair for 40 minutes. She drove through a tornado in Oklahoma, and her heart rate didn't even change. So when she leaned across the restaurant table, smiled at our kids like nothing was wrong, and whispered, "Don't react to what I'm about to say," every cell in my body went cold. There's a man in the booth behind you. He's been recording our daughter on his phone since we sat down. I started to turn around. She grabbed my hand so hard her nails broke skin. "If you turn around, he'll know that we know. Keep smiling. Keep eating." I looked at my daughter. She was 6. She was sitting cross-legged in the booth, dipping French fries in her milkshake and telling her little brother a long, elaborate story about a caterpillar. She had ketchup on her chin. She had no idea. "How do you know?" I whispered. "I saw the reflection in the window." He's angled his phone between the seats. It's pointed directly at her. My wife's voice hadn't changed. She was still smiling, but her hand under the table was shaking so violently the silverware was rattling against her ring. "Take the kids to the car," I said. "No." Her grip on my hand tightened. "I tried that. I told Emma to go wash her hands." He stood up before she did. He was going to follow her. He sat back down when I changed my mind. I felt something collapse inside my chest. He's waiting for her to be alone. She said it the way someone says the weather. Calm, certain, destroyed. My son looked up from his plate. "Daddy, why do you look weird?" "I don't look weird, buddy. Eat your chicken." My wife slid her phone across the table. She'd already typed a message to 911 with our location, a description of the man, and the words, "Please come quietly. Our children are at the table." I looked at this woman who plans everything, who never breaks, who was holding our entire family together with a smile and 2 shaking hands, and I almost lost it right there. "Emma, sweetie," my wife said, her voice so bright it hurt. "Tell Daddy the caterpillar story. He hasn't heard it." My daughter's face lit up. "Okay, so there was this caterpillar, right? And he didn't know he was going to be a butterfly." She talked for 4 straight minutes. My wife laughed in all the right places. I nodded along while watching the window reflection and seeing a man in a dark jacket holding his phone steady, pointed at my little girl, his face completely blank. The police walked in 7 minutes later. They were casual. One pretended to order at the counter. The other approached the man's booth like he was asking for direction. The man didn't run. He didn't even look surprised. He just set his phone down on the table, looked directly at my wife and said, "She's not the first one." My wife didn't flinch, but I watched something behind her eyes just shut off completely. I grabbed both my kids so fast my chair hit the floor. My daughter started crying. "Daddy, I didn't finish my story." They found 247 videos on his phone. Children in restaurants, parks, playground. My daughter was in 11 of them. He'd been following us for weeks. He knew which restaurant we went to every Friday. He knew where she sat. He knew her name because he'd heard us say it. He knew she liked milkshakes because he'd watched her order one every single week. My wife held it together until we got to the car. Then she collapsed against the steering wheel and sobbed so hard she couldn't breathe. Her whole body folded. 12 years. I had never once seen her break like that. I didn't know she could. My daughter knocked on the window from her car seat. "Mommy, are you sad about the caterpillar? Because he does become a butterfly. That's the happy part." My wife wiped her face, turned around and smiled. "Tell me the happy part, baby." And she did. Right there in that parking lot, my 6-year-old told us about a caterpillar who didn't know he was going to be okay. 12 years of marrying the calmest woman alive. That's what saved my daughter.